All right. Now I can get started with this. Today is Thursday. Brought the word out. But I do want to say, before I get started on the scriptures that I got screenshotted, it seems like Satan tried to hinder today, maybe even on a level where the Matrix and the powers that be, the elite CIA, whatever kind of agents and shit, they might have even been like directly involved in Satan's attempts to hinder today because, well, I go to the same spot for the most part, especially on Thursdays. I post up with my sign and I preach. You know what I'm saying? Now I noticed some weeks, perhaps some months ago, a sticker popped up right in the spot where I stand. Where if you look to the right from where I preach the word at, it's a comedy show. It's a sticker of a stand-up comedy show. So I'm like, okay, all these things I'm about to say could be coincidences, or that could be somebody who has been watching. You know what I'm saying? Got an issue with the message, which is understandable, you know what I'm saying, but that could have just been them trying to be silly. So today I get out here to my spot. It's a dude selling a bunch of large paintings on a level that I didn't know was legal. It's a black dude, a Jake, you know what I'm saying, but this is a busy street, like a shopping street where the tourists should go when they come to Chicago, you know what I'm saying. He got a bunch of paintings, he just moving them like on some just hustling something, you know. This could be a coincidence, but it was very unusual, and it was in the spot where I usually preach at. It ain't look like nothing that they would normally allow, you know. So I just went across the street, brought it out over there. Okay, I relocated. Fine, found a new spot. Business as usual. Then some dude pops up a few feet away from me with a loud speaker and a microphone and starts singing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. And he usually be downtown singing, but never right there. And I'm already noting this whole sequence of events. Like somebody might have been trying to hinder it going on today. This dude all of a sudden posts up with his loud speaker, his loud microphone, and starts singing something that don't nobody want to hear. Very close to me, you know what I'm saying? So for a while I stood there and I battled him about the volume. I'm like, okay, we're gonna battle about the volume then. But at a certain point, I couldn't bear being at that spot anymore because the sounds was on some like effeminate Sunday service R&B choir, and he had a collection plate. Somebody even walked past and dropped some money while I was looking, you know. That could have even been shut up, or these could have all been coincidences. You know, so I stood there for a while and I'm like, it's a difference in real and fake church. That's not our format. That stuff that they do with the Sunday service and the singers. A lot of street preachers, we don't have a microphone and a speaker, you know what I'm saying? But he did that right next to where I was doing. So I bent the corner, I found another spot, preached right there. A few minutes later, I go back on the street where I always go, and the dude selling the paintings is gone. So again, these are either coincidences. He either sold all his paintings, it's just a random dude, and he finished, or they thought I was gone. They thought they successfully moved me away, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden that dude was gone. So at that point, I was able to go over there to the spot that I normally preach at in the first place, and now I'm across the street from this dude who showed up at my relocated spot with the speaker and the microphone, and shit. But I noticed, so I'm finally able to go back to my spot that I've been at for over a year, and I noticed another. Again, I told y'all the comedy sticker. This ain't a joke, but the comedy sticker was right there where I always preach it. It's another sticker about some like lesbian shit, and it was halfway ripped. But it does seem somewhat likely that somebody is strategically doing these things, trying to hinder what I do. And what they reminded me of is the famine of the word. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, the word is going to be hindered to the point where it's not readily available. And that's when the spirit is on that, you know. So anyway, I'm in a very populated area right now. I'm gonna get started with this, but I know there's the likelihood of somebody is tuned in around me, so I'm gonna find somewhere private, man. So I get paid on Thursdays, you know. In my situation, I got my direct deposit. I took care of a couple payments. I took care of a couple payments, and my situation it reminded me of this scripture. Hold on, I'm still have to give it a minute. Cause this is not for everybody to hear right now. I know it's probably an audience listening, whether small or large.
Hold on, bro. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What up? What's that?
Spent 10 with me.
Ah, nah, man.
Spent 10 with me.
I don't smoke no more.
Damn, you don't smoke?
Yeah, nah, I started eating edibles, man, but I might be done doing that, man.
I'm about to prejudge you.
I'm the dude who be preaching on State Street.
Look.
Yep. You got it. Alright, so now I can bend this corner, man. Alright, so the first scripture I got, 1 Samuel 22:2. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented gathered themselves unto him, and he became a captain over them, and there were with him about 400 men. So that's when men was gathering themselves unto David, you know what I'm saying? And in his group was people who were in distress, who was in debt, who was discontented. Just like God's chosen at the bottom of this world. We ain't at rest as the others. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of people who was in this David group that God was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because the fashion of this world, we know it was about to go away. And God's real chosen, his real servants, we work in low-level jobs, the bottom of the society. Some of us is in debt, man. You know, it's different disturbances to us navigating through life, man. And these are the kind of people who was with David through, man. So Psalms 9 and speaking of David, Psalms 9 and 3. Hold on, cause I'm gonna read it, but this one is this reading is not for an audience, man. And I know people across the street probably listening to me. They listening. I need to find somewhere private if I want to do something private, man. Psalms 9:2. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou most high. When my enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at thy presence. Thou hast maintained my right and my cause. Thou sattest in the throne, judging right. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them, you know? So, yeah, that's a song acknowledging how David rebuked the heathen and destroyed them. We over here in this melting pot, this public arena, it's a bunch of heathens, a bunch of different cultures. They got status. They got some of that money, power, and lifestyle that Satan has to offer, and they're very beside themselves, man. Bring that ego toward us a lot, you know? But, again, like what happened in the scriptures, man. God is going to rebuke them. These demonic, proud people are about to lose everything, man, which is beautiful, and that's one of the things we anticipate in this faith, man. So Psalms 106, and I'm going to start at 35, because the believers, those of us in the correct spirit, we're anticipating the fall of these heathen. And anybody who hear me, because people be listening whether I want them to or not at the moment. I'm a street preacher, you know, but this one is more dolo, so I'm going to find somewhere more low profile. That fame, that heightened amounts of attention, man, sometimes you got to escape it, man. But, that's no disrespect. Some of them might not have been listening to me, but a lot of them do. But where was I? Psalms 106 and 33. Because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips, talking about Moses. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. You know? So that's what our people do today. I mentioned how we're in the midst of all these nations and we're waiting to see them lose everything, which is happening according to Bible prophecy, speaking of, as far as our enemies, you know. However, a lot of our people ain't in that spirit, man. They want to do what they do. They worship the other's approach to life. It said it right here. They worship the other approach to life. The other's approaches to life. It says it right here. It says, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. You know, so you got a lot of our people on there. They still all about the being athletes and entertainers in the education system. They don't know what's going on. They don't realize that we're at the collapse. Which this society's narrative is not designed for people. The bread and circus of Rome, for example, is not designed for people to understand what's actually going on in the world. But those of us who've been given this faith, this doctrine, this understanding, we know what time it is, man. We know what time it is on this side, man. So Proverbs 29:7. The righteous consider the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it, you know. So yeah, see, it'd be an audience. This part is private. But the wicked elites, man, they don't care what's going on with the poor. They don't care about these people protesting nothing, man. But the righteous rulers are gonna have everything how it's supposed to be. But this world, the people in power, the people controlling things, the people running the show, they could care less about the multitude, the useless eaters, as they describe them. You know, so everybody who worships this system in this world, this hub of wickedness, this narrative established by the heathen, man. If they don't turn from that, if they don't come get enlightened and come to the faith, then they just gonna fall with this world, man. And even before God destroyed everything and everybody who was about to be destroyed, the elites, the rulers, they about to do some destruction, man. They just vaccinated everybody. So people who are too naive, within the agendas of the elites, a lot of the multitude, the lower classes of people who are left out and they don't know what's going on, shit, they gonna be destroyed. The elites don't care about them. We know that, though. So we ain't falling for their trickery, man. So I got Isaiah 33:1. Speaking to them, woe to thee that spoilest. Excuse me. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. I'm going to read it again. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So that's the oppressor. That's the elites, man. They went around robbing people in places where those people hadn't did nothing to them, man. You know. So at this point, due to a lot of the crimes of the century in recent history, these people got to a position of power where they want to bring their troops home and everybody just chill. But the scriptures say, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. So this nigga, the Indiana Jones people around the world, and went and robbed everybody, and now he want everybody to chill and just be smooth with things as is. But it said, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. So you could bring your troops home, you could try to chill in your areas that you done stole and all that. But it says, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. You know, so they shall deal treacherously with thee. So one could stop all that stuff that they went and made a lot of enemies doing. You know what I'm saying? But when they stop, it's still gonna catch up to them what they did in the past. So I got Wisdom of Solomon 11, and I'm gonna start at 16. And again, brothers know how this faith go, man. You can be completely minding your business, and it's heightened amounts of attention. People breaking their neck, looking and listening to what you saying while you on the phone and everything, man. You know, so sometimes I avoid the attention, and I gotta pause. I gotta pause the recording, pause the speaking during this recording, because this is trying to be done in private, no private interpretation. It's like nowadays, man, everybody want to stand by you, sit by you. How do I get in here, man? And sometimes that's cool, man. But Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 16, that they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. For the almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears, or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts. That's the part I wanted to give. Unknown wild beasts. It's unknown. It's still unknown creatures according to the scriptures. It said, verse 18, or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created, breathing out either fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. Where this is in the scriptures. Unknown beasts, newly created creatures are gonna come into play in these last days, man. So it's gonna be like creatures, animals that people ain't seen before, man. You know, because we also speak on the judgment and the collapse of Satan's rear, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. But also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. Also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. So yeah, it's newly created creatures that can scare people just the sight thereof, man. And these are the type of stuff that when all hell break loose, that is going to be beheld, man, throughout Satan's world as it's falling apart in these last days, man. So Ecclesiastes 10:31, he that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? You know, they say he that is honorable in poverty, how much more in riches, man. So you got individuals, a lot of with among the chosen people, who ain't got shit in this world, man, you know, but they still honored in poverty because of their spirit, man, you know. But when God exalts his saints, his chosen people, they gonna have the riches and that same spirit that had them honored when they didn't have nothing, man, you know. So it's gonna be a lot of honor for God's servants, man. And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? So you got these wicked elites, however, and he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? You got these wicked elites, man. They got all the money in the world, wealthy, and they still dishonorable, man. They still hate it, man. You know, so when they lose everything and they get brought to nothing, people really gonna look at them like they ain't shit, man. And that's exactly what's gonna happen according to Bible prophecy, man. Go around this corner. It's getting real, man. That praise and fame prophesied in the scriptures. That praise and fame prophesied in the scriptures, man. People be stalking, bro. They act like they not. They try to play it off. I don't know what just happened over there, man. But like, everybody want to stand by us and that. Everybody want to sit by us and that. Well, a lot of people. You know? Fame is prophesied in the scriptures, but we don't want too much attention in this environment. Sometimes it be cool. It's like, yeah, these women, man, they just, a lot of them just yank they self all in front of you in public and shit, man, you know, which is it's cool, you know what I'm saying? But right now I'm recording this. It's a time and place. It's a time and place. But Ecclesiastes 11 and 9. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. So, and sit not in strive not in Ecclesiasticus 11 and 9. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 9. Strive not in the matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. So we not. That's the wisdom of the scriptures way of telling people to mind their business. And this country wouldn't do that. They went and meddled and got involved in all these conflicts and stuff. And now they got a lot of adversaries who about to bring the smoke over here, as prophesied in the Holy Bible, man. But Ecclesiastes 11 and 9, strive not in the matter that the reason I repeat it because I like to say it with the correct thought. That's why I do the Ecclesiasticus 11 and 9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. So we ain't supposed to be meddling in other people's business, other people's situations too much, because when all hell break loose, man, you gonna see people in distress. You know what I'm saying? And you can't help everybody, man. We gonna have to mind our business and follow the spirit when judgment is taking place. God's chosen gonna behold a lot of judgment, man. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 9. Strive not in the matter that concerneth thee not. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 9. Strive not in the matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners.